Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to be looking back on Black Library for 2021. Today I'm going to go through my favourite and my top 5 Black Library stories of 2021 and give a brief description of them, and in the description of the video we'll also link the reviews we did for all of these books over the course of the year as well. Black Library for 2021, it gave us a ton of great books. It gave some new books and second books for many authors who made their debut in 2020, which I was really excited to see some more books. It also gave us some brand new debuts for multiple other authors from Black Library as well. From anything from anthologies to seeing things like Warhammer Crime and Warhammer Horror become more of a thing, along with seeing stuff re-released for various things like the Dark Imperium re-release was really cool. Seeing things like Agent of Gash re-released as well. Some great classics coming back out. A lot of the Gotrek stuff has come back out as well, and we've of course seen brand new Gotrek books this year. We've seen new audio dramas, we've seen no audio books, 40k, AOS, even Blood Bowl and other games besides. So with that said, let's get cracking. This is going to be my top 5 list. We'll start with number 5, work our way down to number 1, and let's see what this is. If you've got your own opinions on what your favourite Black Library book was for the year, let us know in the comments below. And so, starting our list off, number 5 for my top 5 Black Library stories for the year, we have Silent Hunters by Eduardo Albert. This was actually Eduardo's debut book for Black Library, and it features the story of a firstborn bunch of Space Marines from the Carcharodons chapter pursuing a hunt. It's a really fantastic tale of two brothers who actually became Carcharodon Space Marines together, and they go through all manner of adventure to capture this relic of their chapter and bring it back to their chapter. It features great villains in the form of some fantastic Drukhari villains, and really giving a good look at both the webway and cover art throughout the book. A really solid, enjoyable story that gives you the grim grittiness of the 40k universe while also exploring some more fun elements of it as well. This, for me, really was a fantastic book. It hit home in some other ways especially, but I really enjoyed this and was definitely a great shout for my number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have Dominion by Darius Hinks. Dominion always had a hard story to follow. The launch book for the last edition, Age of Sigmar, was fantastic. The Soul Wars books by none other than Josh Reynolds, a fantastic previous Age of Sigmar author, was a hard task to follow. Like, having such a fantastic book as a launch book for an edition is not always that common, and Dominion followed on from it really well with fantastic listen and read by Darius Hinks. This really gave us some great light, showing us the cruel nature of the Cruel Boys, and also showed us the new Stormcast Eternals and how their views on the world is changing, and also giving us a great look on the crusades of the cities within the realm of Gur out into the expanse, trying to create the Great Excelsis Road and bring, I guess, stability and peace towards and for Sigmar's people. This was a really fun story. It had some really great characters. It also left with some really fantastic endings, hoping to eventually lead us and follow on with those characters in later stories again if he ever gets the chance. This was just a really fun, solid book. Like I said, a launch edition book. They are always great, and I'm so happy that Darius got the chance to, first of all, release a launch edition book, because they always do great in sales normally for Games Workshop, and I'm happy to see that he got the chance and he gave such a great book for this as well. Number 3, and back-to-back entries for Darius Hinks. A fantastic year of writing he has had, because he started off the year so well with Git Slayer. Git Slayer, of course, is the latest installment in the Gotrek Gurnison saga, following his quest across the mortal realms after following his quest through the old world and Malice for so many years. Git Slayer brings back Gotrek and his favourite companion, Malinef. I totally use quotation marks when I say favourite in Malinef. But it was just such a fun story. Unfortunately, it didn't didn't have an audio drama version, I guess, is probably my only gripe with this. I really enjoy hearing Brian Blessed as Gotrek, but the performance on the audio book was fantastic nonetheless. And Darius led us through a really interesting and intertwining story, bringing about the Kharadron Overlords and Gotrek's first sort of, confrontations and meetings with them, along with giving us some really great villains and the Gloomspite Gits. I absolutely love what Darius did with the Gloomspite in this book, and it was a really enjoyable read. This is probably one of my favourite Gotrek stories I've currently heard, right up there with Realm Slayer. Coming in at number 2, we have The Twice Dead King Ruined by Nate Crowley. This for me was a really enjoyable story, and honestly the one that really spurred me getting back into 40k fiction. I absolutely love this story. It is by far my favourite 40k novel for the year, and that should say what number 1 may be, but this was a fantastic story. It delved so well into the Necrons and how they work as like a society, how they sort of view themselves, and really looking at Necrons as, I guess, the good guys within the story, and not having, them sort of be secondary characters to an imperial figure ahead of the story. It was really fun and interesting, just building up that sort of lore behind the Necrons and how they sort of work within their dynasties, and especially how this gave a fantastic look at the the flayed ones, and the curse that affects the Necrons was really interesting in this as well. Just a really solid start to finish, and apparently this already has a sequel, The Twice Dead King. I forget what the second part is going to be called, but I eagerly anticipate this. Well done, Nate. This was a fantastically written novel, was really enjoyable read. I really enjoyed the audio version, which I generally do listen to more audio than I do read books, but all the same, fantastic story. And coming in at number 1, an Age of Sigmar novel, as we may be spoiled just before, The End of Enlightenment by Richard Strachan. This for me was by far the best story of 2021 from Black Library. A fantastic war story that did something that not a lot of Black Library war stories really do all that well, and that showed both sides gaining the upper hand in multiple times. This is really a back and forth story of each side overcoming the other's obstacles put in their way until we get our eventual winner and the eventual outcome when, one side wins with a decisive blow. But unlike so many Black Library stories where, you get a battle thing and it's just the same army continuously overcoming obstacles and you never really see the opposing side all that much, this did a fantastic job at showing the other side and showing both sides overcoming each other's obstacles. Another great part of this was it definitely explored more into the Lumineth Realm Lords and even more into the Ossiarch Bone Reapers faction of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar setting. It gave us a really good insight into how these sort of creatures and people work within the mortal realms, and was just so exciting to sort of look at. Definitely a fantastic story, and this actually goes back to back because Richard Strachan won last year, got number 1 on my picks last year with his previous book. So back to back number 1s for Black Library, I think, is a fantastic achievement in my opinion. I mean, these are my own personal opinions, but for us, this is a back to back number 1 for Richard. Fantastic work, mate. This was a really, really enjoyable book. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll leave links to our reviews on all of these books in the description of the video, and we're doing more Black Library reviews as the year comes to an end and as next year starts. If you have any Black Library books that you'd like us to review and give a listen, let us know in the comments below, or send us a message on either Discord or Facebook or Instagram, or even on Twitter. Thank you all for watching. Let us know your favourite books in the description, in the comment section of the video. Well, that's the end of the video. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while you're at it, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the description of the video to our Discord server. Also, linked in the video's description, you'll find links to our Patreon and YouTube members where you can help support the channel in other ways as well. And you get a special shout out at the end of the video, as well as YouTube members getting some cool emojis to use during our live streams on YouTube. We'd like to give a special shout out to everyone who helps support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members. So a special shout out to Christian Weir, James Soren, Cowspawn, AJC, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nielsen, JJ, Austrian Average Wargamer, Domir, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Steve T, The Real Zio, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, and Wolfric Nick. And a special thanks to, first of all, Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing channel artwork for us, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work for the Discord server. Once again, everyone, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.